Hi, today our group will be continuing with the demonstration for Project Save It. I would like to introduce our group members again, which include a total of 4 people, Pravindu, Arshad, Hamza and myself Ravindu. The reason why we have decided to go with Save It for project name is because our problem revolves around the issue of conservation of energy. So without further ado, let me begin by explaining our problem statement. The problem of excess energy consumption is faced by most modern households in today's world. Wastage of electricity could be due to multiple reasons, but the one that stands out in this issue is the individuals who forget to switch off the lights, AC and other electrical appliances after they have already been used. This not only wastes lots of electricity but also contributes to very large electricity bills, which can even involve financial issues within a household. Therefore, we decided to implement a small-scale system that could solve this relatively large problem. Our main focus was to save electricity by reducing the usage of lights, fans and AC inside the household whenever they are not in use. Moving on to the sensors. There are 4 PIR motion sensors used and they are placed at different spots in the room to detect any movement. PIR motion sensors are based on the changes in infrared light in the environment. It is the ideal sensor to detect if an human is present. The next sensor that we would be using is the humidity and temperature sensor, which is used to sense the temperature inside a room, and the temperature sensor has a fairly wide range of temperature. Thirdly, we would use a lux sensor, which is used to detect the intensity of a light in the room. The major change that we have made in our system is the addition of the sound sensor. The sound sensor is used to detect the sound in the room. For the thinking process, we will first look at the motion sensors. As you can see, the layout of the room and the placement of the sensors have been clearly laid out in the diagram. The motion sensors 1 and 2 are placed near the door to detect the following. In a scenario where sensor 1 is triggered first and sensor 2 is triggered right after, it means that a person has entered the room. Alternatively, if sensor 2 is triggered first and then sensor 1 is triggered right after, this would imply that a person has exited the room. On the other hand, sensors 3 and 4 are placed in the center of the room where a larger area is covered. Hence, these sensors will be triggered whenever there is motion in the room. If these sensors detect considerable amount of motion in the room within 10 seconds, then the system will enter a state of motion present or entered. The entered state will require more motion to be recorded than the other state. Both these states will make the system to be active. The system will now also rely on the sound sensor to detect the sound in the room. So if there is a sound present in the room which is more than the average value of the background noise, our system will assume that there is a person present inside the room, but does not enter the entered state. The system will only deactivate if the system is in the exited state. This state can only be set through a person exiting the room and the sensors 1 and 2 recording the appropriate data, or if there is significantly low motion detected in the room. There is a delay of 15 seconds for the system to decide between the entered and exit states to turn off completely. Once the system is switched on and it is assumed that a person is present in the room, it will then check the temperature sensor and the lux sensor to determine if the lights or the AC is required to be turned on. The active part enables the light to be switched on and off according to the motion and light intensity data collected from the sensors. It also enables to switch the AC on or off according to the motion and temperature data recorded. Along with ACs, we also have the system switch on or off fans in the room from the same data collected. Hope we have conveyed all our project ideas and the designs in this short video. Thank you for watching.